Hey y'all, this is Tyler Kimani.
This is Killer Camera, what's up?
Hey, we are here with Brilliant.
Hi y'all.
How are you, Bree?
I'm good. How are you?
When I first when we were selecting for Stay Up, I was like, this is Brilliante.
Everybody does that. Everybody does that.
This is Brilliante. And then you told me it was like Brilliant with the E. I was like, oh, it makes sense. I was like, I don't know if it's Brilliant or Brilliante. Can you explain like the idea behind the name? Because you told me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got my name. Well, I gave myself my name. I'm not one of self-proclaimed. But I came up with the name because my actual name is Brianna. So I wanted to keep like the B-R-I aspect, and then I thought it was clever. Like brilliant means like bright. And so, like, growing up, I used to get teased for being, like, oldie, light skin. So it's like, okay, bright skin and, like, and bright mind. So, I just thought it was cute.
That's clever. I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
I want to know a day. Take me through a day with you. Like, what happened today? What'd you do today?
Oh, okay. Okay, that's dope. That's a dope question. Yeah. Okay, so I wake up normally about, like, 8, you feel me?
Okay.
So I'm like, not too crazy.
That's good.
Get about 8, I gotta have a whole morning routine, I gotta do my little affirmations, light my little sage in the morning, set my little tone or whatever, put some tunes on, I make a smoothie in the morning with my little sea moss and all my little extracts and supplements and all that. So, and then usually I'll try to get out into the world, like get out, get some sun, hit the beach, meditate, something like that. If in the evenings, that's when I do most of my creative stuff for whatever reason, like my juices come alive during then. So I just
something about the nighttime.
It just brings it out of us, know. So then I'll just spend my evenings like either going to events, networking with people, or like in the lab just building, working, and that's pretty much it. I take it easy. I kind of like try to keep my schedule open as much as I can and still staying busy at the same time. So it's a cool little dance.
Yeah. You did an IGTV clip of talking about hip hop and spirituality.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up.
I love it. Girl, I love talking about all of that. I love it.
All the jokes.
You talked about how artists are basically distracting us from our reality, and they have to be mindful of what realm or where they're taking us.
Yes.
What realm or dimension are you taking your fans when you create your music?
That's a Man, y'all coming with me. Okay, I appreciate this a lot. My goal really is to take them not so much a place where I am aware of, but more of a place that's inside of them. So I want to take them to their internal space where they can like think and analyze. Like I want people to start asking questions that are beyond the surface, like questions beyond what you see, because a lot of people don't even care to ask questions, let alone like the actual deep questions. So I like to say things in a way that it doesn't go over people's head, because the goal is not to be like, I'm so airy-fairy and I know all of these things. Like that's corny to me,
It's annoying.
It's annoying, right? Like let's call it spade a spade.
Exactly.
So I like to make it digestible and fun, but then I'll say something that maybe not a lot of my peers that I've come across have like maybe talked about before, and I'll mention it, and then hopefully that'll trigger them into being like, what you talking about though? Like what's that about? Like like let me go research, and then that's where I want to take them. Like you know what I'm saying?
Because you be having me when I go on your Instagram story, I be like, ooh, what?
Good.
Like I love going on there to like just get some new information.
I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me have that space.
You're all aligned and everything.
I be trying, man. It's a dance constantly.
Yes.
Definitely,
So when did you tap into self-exploring and just tapping into spirituality? When did you tap into that?
I will never forget the day. Like,
when did you fall down the rabbit hole?
I'll never forget the day. It was crazy. I was in 10th grade, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And there was this girl who was new to my school. She had come from Texas or whatever, and she was like, I don't know where she came from or what she was on, but I just remember it was so random. I went to go get my lunch, and I was walking back, and I swear, I promise y'all, out of nowhere, she was like, so, this is gonna sound weird. She was like, so, do you know about Freemasonry? And I was like,
what?
No, I don't. Like, and then from there, that was it. Like, she just opened, she said that one thing, and I just took it upon myself to just research what she was talking about, you know what I'm saying? And then we just started building, getting deeper and deeper, and then after that, I just, you know,
like,
that was it. You know what I'm saying? By the time I graduated, I was out of here.
Yeah.
I was like a full-blown Buddhist. I was doing all kind of stuff. People was like, what? Okay, girl. Like, but now it's regular. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm happy about that. Yeah.
How do you balance your spirit realm with your artist realm? Is that what I'm saying that right?
Yeah. I guess the balance is just not there's not really a balance. It's weird. The one bleeds into the other a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of it's a gift and a curse, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes me, especially being a Pisces, like, and being somebody who's like super spiritual, it's that dream and then like a creative, so it's like you want to get so deep inside yourself to bring out the best you know, art, but then it's like, but when we start getting deep in there, like, we forget to come up for air, like, we just be in there, like, it's just like, yo, come on now, like, it's a whole world happening. So I guess just getting out, like I said, being out amongst people, socializing, you know what I'm saying, and checking in with like my peers, and not just people that I know, but like people who inspire me, who are in places that I want to be in, and so I can kind of like use that as a gauge, like, okay, you know, society's moving along at this pace, I can jump in here, hop out here, upgrade here, you know, I kind of play like that, jumping in and out.
You're a female in the rap game, in the music game. What do you think about the female artists that are up and coming, and how do you feel the industry is treating them? Or
shout out to every female woman making music. I think it's a beautiful thing. I would, you know, up until recently, I had a little bit of an epiphany or whatever. I was a little bit vexed. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit bitter behind the way that women were being portrayed in the media, and I was kind of like, yo, what's good? Like, do you have to be a stripper to be a rapper? Is this what this is now? But then I had to think, like, okay, well, at least these women, it's a cool option. Like, they can, you know, opt out of dancing. Not saying anything's wrong with dancing. A lot of people want to dance, and that's what they want to do. But a lot of people don't. And so now, because that image is being accepted, like, you know what I'm saying, they can opt out and do something more positive. And that's lit, and that's beautiful. I feel like there needs to be a balance, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a little bit of something that I want to kind of push towards. Like, that's my whole thing. I'm a person of balance, and I feel like that image is not me, and I'm not gonna force myself to be in that image. But I don't denounce it. I think there's space for it, but there's also space for people like me, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes or dominate anybody or say like, oh, industry needs to be more woke. The industry needs to be this. The industry don't need to be nothing, but they just need to know that there are other people who do other things, you know what I'm saying? And so give that a shot too. That's how I feel.
Be themselves.
Yeah, straight up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's what's up.
So let's talk about you and your music.
Okay.
So your EP, don't tell me what it's called. I know what it's called. Don't Wait for Me.
Yep.
Why did you call it that?
I called it Don't Wait For Me because I felt like a lot of people at the time, you know what I'm saying, I had a lot of obligations, I had a lot of attachments to, like, whether they were like friendships, relationships, people who I, you know, said I was gonna do things with or whatever, and it just became overwhelming because things started to just come together so fast, and things started changing in my life. So I was just like, you know what, like, people don't worry about what I'm doing, like, y'all keep moving and progressing how you're progressing, and I'm gonna do the same. Like, it was just me asking for that same respect. Like, yo, just let me do what I'm doing at the pace that I'm doing it, you know what I'm saying? Because we're all human, we all move differently, and we all have different stuff going on. So it's like, don't be trying to, you know, time my movements or like, oh, I can't do that until you do this. Like, don't wait for me. Like, you do what you do, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it came from,
That's dope.
And you,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Before the camera started rolling, you talked about how you got a bundle of, like, you know, tracks that you're. So are you planning to drop some summer anthems, or are we gonna have to wait a little while for you to get on it and marinate with it?
Right.
Well, you know, fall is that dark realm, yin realm type time, you know what I'm saying? So I might have to just tuck up, you know what I'm saying, and get real deep. That's when the album time is gonna come out. But I'm definitely gonna drop some some heat for the summer. The summer's too hot to not, like, you know what I'm saying, drop some heat, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so I have a couple joints lined up that I want to bring that are, like, really dope summer vibes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit, but the main stuff is going to come in that dark realm when people got time to just sit down
and really listen.
And get in their feels.
Yes.
And they want to be all badu booed up.
Yeah.
And they want to have their little wine and they want to, you know what I'm saying, catch vibes. You feel me? So that's what we're going to be on. That's what we're going to be on for the fall. You feel me? I love something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got to be on.
You ready for the bowl? Oh, are you ready for the bowl?
I'm ready for the bowl.
All right. I hope you get the question. Like,
oh, hell.
It's a question here that I'm going to get. I'm really going to get it.
exactly.
Okay, there you go.
Right.
You can pick 2 or 1.
All right. Oh, that's more than both.
You got
okay.
2. So
I got
2.
2. All right. Boom. What is your idea of the perfect date?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, that's kind of weird.
I feel like there's a story behind this.
There is going to be a story behind
Love
it because it just really depends on the person, honestly, because, like, there's certain people that I want to do certain things with, and other people that I'll be like, I would never do that with you. You feel me? So, it just depends, but I'll say, like, one of the best dates I ever been on, this was really dope. It was a really cool day, but I don't even know if it was a date because I didn't even really like this person like that. But it was like a really cool day. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. So we were in Culver City around here, you know what I'm saying? And we went to a bar, watched the game. That was cute or whatever. Okay. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then we went to go, we ate ramen, and then we went to the family arcade. You feel me?
That's fun.
And then we had a little stroll on the beach at night. It was cute. I was like, oh, this is so sweet. I'm sad that I don't like you, but you know, like, you know, but it was really nice. So.
You know, it's a nice outing with you.
Yeah. But that's good when you can have that with somebody of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Like, we can hang out.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, and I always feel bad about, you know, whatever, that doesn't matter. That's a whole, but that was a nice day. That was a really nice day. Yeah. So that was, you know, so anything that we can really connect in a real genuine way, I like that. Or something that like that's pushing me outside of my comfort zone. Yeah, I like that a lot. A lot. So that's my perfect date. You feel me? And name a celeb that you would love to work with. There's a bunch. There's a bunch of celebrities that I would love to work with. Top 3, free ASAP, you know what I'm saying? Rocky was one of my biggest inspirations. So anybody, not really anybody from his camp, but like Ferg or Rocky, those are my men. Like, I love them so much, and I think they're so creative, and I think if we came together, it'd be some fire.
That would be fire.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some fire. So, hey, come on, y'all.
Hey,
what's good?
ASAP Rocky number, slide it this way.
You feel me? Like, I met him at the flea market, at the Fairfax flea market one time. I promise you. And I was like,
for real.
And I was like, oh my God, whatever. And I was talking to him. He was like, hey, like, you beautiful, da da da. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm finna pass out right here. And then I asked him for a picture. He was like, oh, I'm not doing pictures. But I was like, but I was like, but I don't even care. I don't even care. Like, we connected. And we had a moment. We talked. So I was like, okay,
that's better.
You know what I'm saying? It was a thing. Like, it was totally a thing. Like, he knows who I am now.
Okay.
Clearly.
Definitely coming back around for sure.
I feel it.
Yeah.
What's your third? Who's your third?
Oh, and my third, let me see. I would say either, okay, I'm going to tell you, like, some females, Tierra Whack, likely, I don't know how to say her name, but she's hard.
I know you're talking about L-Y-K.
Yeah, she be masked up. She's hard.
She is though.
She's hard. Or the OG Erica, of course. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get some love to Erica. I'll give her some little bars, and she give me some little soulful little bars. I think it'd be some more shit. You know what I'm saying? You know? Some sacred woman shit. Yeah. Kind of fire. You know?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like it. Yeah. Different vibes.
So yeah, that's what I would.
I feel it.
That's how I would do.
Okay, so we're gonna be ready for your music.
Oh yes, please. Okay. Be ready. It's gonna be dope. I'm trying to bring some shit that's not really like, I know it was a sound that hasn't been, but like I feel like I'm a real eclectic kind of person. You feel me? And I feel like as long as I put my personality and like my unique story into it, it's gonna sound like something that y'all never heard before. You feel me? So of course. And I'm trying not to overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
You know, just let it flow. But the beats are crazy. So y'all gonna love it.
You're excited, so I'm excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Talented.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Talented.
Yeah. So check her out. Your Instagram is
at It's Brilliant. So it's Brilliant, just add the E. Feel me?
Yes.
Looks like Brilliante, but it's Brilliant. It's on any
Looks like
platform.
Please follow her.
Yes.
She's dope. You
Dope.
will learn some dope stuff
Yes.
looking at
Her
her stories,
IGTV.
just everything.
All of it. So check her out. She's on SoundCloud. Are you on
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apple Music.
Apple
Okay.
Music.
She got
all of that.
a
'Cause I go
music
to
video
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Yes.
Shogun, check that out.
That's
Fire.
on YouTube. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Dropping
Absolutely.
some gems.
Run it up.
Okay.
You feel me? Yes.
This is Tyler Kimani.
This is Killer Cam.
It's brilliant.